I'm Adrienne Assenheim, the designer and creator behind Brave New Soul Sustainable Footwear. My son's gone to bed, so I finally have a few minutes to chat, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself, my passions as an individual and a small business owner, and how those passions translate into my business. If I'm being really honest, my passions as an individual and a small business owner are one and the same. I'm passionate about three things: storytelling, sustainability, and social responsibility. At my core, I'm a storyteller. I used to be a costume designer in New York City, telling characters stories through their clothing choices. But what we wear every day is a costume. Every outfit we choose tells passersby a little bit about ourselves. Where we work, where we play, how we feel about ourselves, and our values. But today we're bombarded by brands with ads for what is essentially a uniform. But as Dr. Seuss says, why fit in when you're born to stand out? There have never been so many choices for how to spend your money. Conversely, there have never been so few choices about how to make it really count. I want to give my clients the opportunity to share their stories and to wear their values. That's why custom work is the backbone of my business. Whether I'm creating killer kicks for babies or 6 sneakers for adults, I create one-of-a-kind pieces for each of my clients through a series of conversations, connections, and sketches until I've really gotten to the essence of where my client is at this particular moment in their story. You have a unique story. Your story is worth sharing. Let me help you tell it. More than anything though, I'm passionate about creating a sustainable future for our children. I've got another one baking in here, and the closer we get to his due date, the more impassioned I become about this goal. The average article of clothing is worn just 4 times before it's discarded. I fundamentally disagree with the concept of consumption for consumption's sake, and I don't want my pieces to end up in a landfill. If it can't be reworn, reused, repaired, or repurposed, it has no business being made. That's why I focus on heirloom quality pieces that you're going to want to wear again, pass down from child to child, and cherish as a keepsake. I make every pair by hand using rescued leather offcuts. This sustainable approach means that my styles are limited edition, and the majority of my footwear is made to order, which further reduces the possibility for overproduction. I just launched a small vegan line using Pinatex, a PETA-approved alternative to leather and petroleum-based materials made out of pineapple leaves. It's a byproduct of the agricultural industry, which means that no extra land, water, or pesticides have been used to make the raw material. And I'm really proud to be the first Canadian designer to use this material to create sustainable kids' footwear. Funding from FedEx would allow me to broaden my vegan line, invest in sustainable packaging, and launch phase 2 of Brave New Souls, wherein I'd be able to accept the returns of my outgrown sneakers and refurbish them, donating them directly to Shoe Bank Canada. Which brings me to my third passion, social responsibility. Creating and connecting through Brave New Souls brings me so much joy. I need to ensure that I'm giving more than I'm getting. After the birth of our first son, I suffered from often debilitating postpartum anxiety, depression, and a complete loss of self in motherhood. Making shoes again reignited a fire in myself. And making has reminded me who I am outside of motherhood and become a meditative act. That's why I aligned with Shoe Bank Canada, a foundation focused on recycling footwear into futures. In Canada, 5 million people live in poverty. Proper footwear affords dignity, safety, and opportunity for people from all walks of life. That's why for every pair sold, I make a donation which helps facilitate the distribution of 3 pairs of used footwear to Canadians in need. I think there's a certain element of grace in the cycle of creating, connecting, and contributing. Funding from FedEx would allow me to expand my production, further my exposure, grow my sales, and thus have a larger donation to give to Shoe Bank Canada. I started this adventure 3 years ago with $150 of grocery money and a whole lot of gumption. Since then, I've created shoes for clients in 3 provinces, 6 states, and 7 countries, and been able to make donations which have facilitated the distribution of over 300 pairs of shoes. That's my story. Help me help you tell yours.